I still remember that time when I was a little kid and I used to see WWE on television and I used to try those moves at home. They used to tell me, do not try this at home. I used to try all those moves on the cushions and on the big cushions that we had in our house. But learning all of that and watching this man twist the fate of many other superstars in the squared circle, ladies and gentlemen, we have Matt Hardy! Matt, welcome to India. It's a pleasure and I'm so honored that you are here in Mumbai.
It's been great being here. I've had a great time thus far. Everyone has just been off the charts kind, very, very warm. Just the Indian people have treated me great.
Yeah, they will treat you great, but you have to be very honest when I ask you this. Have they treated you with some Indian spices in the food?
I have. I had a good, very spicy set of butter chicken, much spicier than I am used to over in the States, obviously. It was very good, though. But I have grown to love spicy food a little more. My wife is Puerto Rican, so she's Latino. So obviously she likes very, very spicy foods. So it's in my house quite a bit. So I do like spicy foods whenever I eat it, but I also like the butter chicken that is a little more mild, almost like borderline sweet.
The best part is that he loves spicy food, so he's not going to complain that day. When I came to India, they made me eat the spicy food, and I was most of the times in the washroom then.
Right, that's Braun Strowman. He did that.
All right, so how has the journey been? If you see these 20 years that you have almost completed in WWE, you have had Cruiserweight Championship, you have had World Tag Team Championships for 6 times, and I think that's a great number. Almost every championship. I still remember those times back in the days when there were European championships, and you've been a United States champion also, ECW champion also. This whole journey, if you need to summarize it, what all points will you pick?
I mean, the whole journey was the dream of myself and my brother. You know, our goal when we first set out to be sports entertainers, professional wrestlers, work for the WWE, we wanted to be the World Tag Team Champions one time. And we did that many times over. You know, we've been Tag Team Champions together there 8 times with different various titles, and we've also held tag team titles in every other major promotion in the world. And also I've had tag team title runs with Bray Wyatt, and MVP was my tag team partner at one point. And you left out the old famous hardcore title, which actually was held for a minute too. And actually Jeff just celebrated that 20-year deal. We've actually been under contract. You know, at some point or another, we've had times where we've been away with WWE for over 20 years, over 2 decades. And the first time we ever had a WWE match was in 1994, both of us. You know, so it's like almost 25 years, a quarter of a century that we've been able to do this. And just looking back at everything, I mean, it really is just a storybook fairy tale that has a happy ending, because we wanted to be professional wrestlers and we succeeded. We had ups, we had downs, but then we came back to WWE and we're gonna leave on a very happy note.
When you cross the curtain, when you really cross the curtain and your music hits in, even if you're alone or you're with your brother Jeff, when you cross the curtain, I still remember the WrestleMania when you re-entered the tag team division, and I think it was a TLC match in WrestleMania, and there was a surprise which was there for all of us. We never knew that you and Jeff are going to be there. When you entered again, or whenever you enter, what's the adrenaline like?
I mean, there's always a huge adrenaline rush when you come out on a big event like that. But for us, this was even more special because we knew for about 3.5 weeks before WrestleMania that we were going to be at WrestleMania. And we did everything we could to keep it top secret, to keep it confidential so no one knew what was going on. And in the world we live in the age of technology, everything gets out, it seems like. You know, it doesn't take much. So, you know, we didn't tell anybody. I'll have to give you a story. That Friday, we did a signing at WrestleCon in Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, who obviously I grew up watching, was a huge fan of him being from North Carolina, and I was a young kid in North Carolina. He said, hey, I've got some deals. These guys are doing shirts and merchandise. I want to get with you because I know you guys are going to be going back to Vince pretty soon, whatever. He said, before you ever sign something with Vince and WWE, I want to make sure to hook you up with these guys so you have that deal and you can put in your contract. He said, does that sound good? He said, you haven't signed yet, have you? We're like, no. You know, it's like, we didn't tell anyone. We told Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, who was one of our idols growing up, that we didn't sign with WWE. And I saw him at WrestleMania after we came back and won the tag team titles. He said, you son of a guns, I can't believe you lied to me out there. I thought we were friends.
He still talks like that. He has the same energy, like, you son of a gun.
Yeah, he does.
He's always like that.
He really does. But anyway, it was a big secret. We drove to the arena after the show started. I actually started watching WrestleMania, the pre-show, at our hotel. And then whenever we got there, they snuck us into a bus, and we sat there like with hoods, and we were dressed like ninjas.
Yeah, nobody should spot you guys. Nobody should know that you guys are there.
No one could spot us. And then 5 minutes before our match was going to happen,
Yeah.
we rushed and ran up to Gorilla. And the guys in the match only knew like a day or two before.
Whoa. I still remember the reaction on Enzo Amore's face. He was like,
So then we run up to Gorilla. We see Vince. We have the embrace with all the office, people in the office, and then our music hits, and we go out, and we haven't seen the arena. We don't know what the people look like out there. We come out through this curtain, and there's this huge adrenaline rush that comes over us. But then to see this massive sea of humanity, and people are going like, "Oh my God, it's the hardest! I can't believe it! Oh my God, can you believe it? Oh, look, three, yeah!" I mean, and to see 75,000 people doing that, it's just like it was.
What feeling it must be? It must be like, okay.
It was intoxicating.
Yeah, I'm sure it must be intoxicating, for sure.
It was indescribable. I mean, the word that I use to describe that moment more than anything else now is just magical. Because it was magical in so many ways.
In India, WWE is growing. You are also here to promote WWE in India, and we'll not now talk about the WWE Performance Center and the portal wweperformancecenter.com. How's life there when people go and they start training at the Performance Center? What's the schedule like?
I mean, it's an amazing, breathtaking complex. I mean, whenever you go there, it makes me think like, wow, if this had been around years ago when so many young guys, even like myself and Jeff, were starting, like what a great opportunity. I mean, guys literally go there, they're taught how to train and get into an athletic condition in the correct way, or how to eat in the correct way, and then how to wrestle in the correct way. I mean, it is the all-encompassing facility, for sure. And now that, WWE in 2019 in March, they're having tryouts here, and
Absolutely.
it's an amazing chance, an extraordinary opportunity for an Indian athlete to come out who has aspirations of being a WWE superstar and come and try out. And if it works and you get picked and selected, you go to Orlando, this performance center, and man, it's just unreal the life you can ultimately end up leading, if you become a WWE superstar. And like all of the Indian athletes, and all the Indian people who have aspirations of being a WWE superstar, I can't recommend trying out for this enough. It's
So the tryouts are happening in March, and this is what we want you to know. If you really want to get yourself established as a WWE superstar, then yes, your chance may come in March. So once, if you or Jeff or Hardy Boys in particular, if you're jumping on somebody on a ladder, and if he rolls out and you fall on the ladder, I'm sure you must be having some injuries to take care. How do you manage that? Doesn't it pain if you jump on the ladder and there's nobody on the ladder and you boom?
Oh, it's extraordinary pain. Yeah, I mean, and still my body's beat up, especially from doing this for 26 years. I do the best I can to take care of myself, but I joke with my wife and with other people sometimes. I go, a lot of people couldn't live in my body. You couldn't live in my vessel for a day. I'm very good now at training and eating, especially when I'm at home. I'm kind of indulging a little bit because I'm in India. I'm gonna really indulge in the culture and kind of go crazy. But between training and eating and sleeping, and it's important to me that I take care of myself because now I'm a father. I have 2 children, 2 boys, one 3.5. King Maxwell and 1.5 Lord Wolfgang.
Wow.
My boys have already started. They've both made appearances on WWE TV, so they're going to make big deals.
I'm sure as their age grows, they will start jumping from their beds, and further in the squared circle, they'll also
Max
jump.
already does. I call him a spot monkey all the time because he does that. He won't stop. I said, "You try and jump off every perch available." I said, "You must have picked this up from your uncle, Brother Nero." Jeff Hardy.
He is still like that. He is still like that. I don't know how he does it.
I don't either. I mean, Jeff still does Swantons and Whisper in the Winds every night.
He does
and Jeff, he really is, considering he's done it for such a long span of time, he's one of the most indestructible performers that I've ever seen.
Absolutely. Anything that you want to say to the ones who are aspiring to be a WWE superstar?
Yes, if you're aspiring to be a WWE superstar and you live here in India, and regardless of your background, where you're from, what kind of financial situation you're in, if you have the opportunity and you can make it to this tryout, do it. So, wweperformancecenter.com in March 2019, you have an opportunity.